Howdy y'all, it is Cody from the Keepers of Nerddom. How you doing? So we have an interesting topic today. I just rewatched Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, the original Khan movie, and I think there's an interesting question that we should address. Is it actually bad? A bad movie? We haven't done one of these in a while, but I think it's an important one. If you ever have a moment to watch Paramount Plus, I'd recommend going back and just peering through the old Star Trek movies. There's some that are really good and some that are not. And some of them are just slower. Like the original motion picture movie, it's slow, but it's a good film other than the director's cut on Paramount. They replaced, from what I remember, the music with the Next Generation theme song, which is really weird. Anyway, what's wrong with Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan? There are a few moments in this film that I think really stand out to cause some pause, that I go, this film actually doesn't work very well. And that's kind of sad because I remember liking it a lot when I was growing up, and then rewatching it I went, whoa, this is not great. So let's look at our first issue. First off, like really quickly in the film, at least for a Star Trek film of this era, quickly, right, comparatively to modern day, a little different. This image, this scene is a cause for a lot of issues. The first issue that comes up is that Khan remembers and recognizes Chekov, and Chekov was not in the episode Space Seed where Khan existed. Now, apparently they have retconned it where Chekov was on the ship somewhere and was responsible for putting them on Ceti Alpha 5. Okay. But that being said, it wasn't shown on screen, so as far as the episode's concerned, Chekov was not there. But it's a funny, weird continuity error that they've tried to address. Okay, that one's not a big deal because, again, you could just go, well, we don't see everybody on the Enterprise all the time anyway. Fair enough, because Chekov may not have been part of the bridge crew yet. That's fine. Not a hugest deal, but it's like, okay, continuity error at the time. The second thing that's way bigger, and I looked it up just to see if somebody had a good explanation, and unfortunately the explanations were really poor for this, is Chekov and his captain, I can't even remember this captain's name, they end up on Ceti Alpha 5 because Ceti Alpha 6, another planet in this system, had exploded. That being said, okay, like, clearly Chekov recognizes the Botany Bay because he sees it on there and goes, Botany Bay, oh, we gotta get out of here. And then obviously, according to the movie, Chekov and Khan have met, so he would know about Ceti Alpha 5, so he would be much more hesitant to go anywhere near it. And it's also like they're in a starship with advanced technology that has this concept of we explore, we have charts, we have computers with the maps and the things. Why didn't they notice Ceti Alpha 6 was gone, right? And the explanations on the internet were not good. They're like, oh, it's just GPS stuff and it's simple technology in a way of, because it's so complicated that it would simplify things to them so they wouldn't pay attention to that. And you're like, no, that is Lieutenant Commander Data turning around in TNG going, there's a planet missing. And you're like, oh, but that's TNG, see 100 years later. That's Commander Spock or Captain Spock, depending on the time frame, turning around and going, Ceti Alpha 6 is gone. Are you telling me that the Reliant has that bad of leadership? Man, that is poor stuff. Like, that's stupid. That is stupid on a level that you can't justify very well. Like, come on now. Chekov alone would have pointed out, we need to be careful here because this is Ceti Alpha da-da-da if they're retconning this anyway, right? So it's two continuity error pieces. Well, one continuity error and the other error is just really poor writing. So we have a poor writing on both sides of this, but the second one, crazy weird stuff, crazy obnoxious, frustrating. Okay, frustrating as all get out. So let's go on to the next thing of what makes this movie actually not that good. The next one is Khan. Khan is out for vengeance 15 years later against Kirk, and that's all he can think about. And I get it that you can have movies where vengeance blinds a person, but when you have a genetically superior being that is super smart, super calculating, especially from Space Seed, right? That episode really gave us a very different Khan in a way. This one's just insane. And that could happen. Reality is this. Khan, if he was anywhere near the Khan that he used to be at all, which again, he could be insane. And if that's the case, it's fine, but it just, his whole plan is just dumb. So much of it, like, I'm going to attack the Enterprise from a Federation starship. And so much of this movie relies on everybody being stupid. Like, Khan from the past would have been, all right, here's what we're doing. Because he was put on the Botany Bay to run away from everything from the genetics war anyway. He had lost before. That's just it. Like, at this point, he should be cold calculating, going, I'm going to make a plan. And that's the interesting thing. Like, we have the Enterprise episode with the genetic superhumans. They're younger, and so they are dumber. But still, like, they're smarter than Khan in this movie. It's kind of sad how dumb Khan is and how he just doesn't go, just destroy the Enterprise. Just to blow it up. Stupid stuff. Like, really stupid things. Like, you've hit the Enterprise and attacked it, and then he goes, I want your surrender. Just to gloat. You're like, don't be an idiot. It's not that hard. Like, get on there and go, ha ha ha, I win. Boom, blow it up, right? That's it. Khan he's stupid in this film. And you go, this big bad that we should be really terrified of, he's not anything. He's lame as all get out. Next, James T. Kirk with his notorious Khan moment. This is a problem, okay? This is a major, major problem. Not the Khan moment, but Kirk in general. There's a point where Saavik tells him regulations should be that we should raise shields since we're not getting a comm thing, and he doesn't until it's too late. And it's like, so a lieutenant that's been training knows better than you, and even Spock's like, he knows the regulations, Lieutenant. And apparently he doesn't, and he's like, oh, I'm rusty, next time tell me, da-da-da-da. But it's like, Kirk, who captained a starship for years, just because he sat behind a desk would not go, oh, you know what, raise shields. He goes a yellow alert, but doesn't raise the shields before the Reliant attacks. I'm sorry, you're going to tell me that Captain Kirk, and now Admiral Kirk, has become so stupid in a film that he can't even go, you know what, just put the shields up. We're not going to charge phasers, but at least put the shields up just in case. Come on. Come on. Like, that's bad. That's bad. That, again, it's poor writing. And that's just it. Newer movies, they don't actually all... They have poor writing quite a bit. And some don't, though. But even movies back then, you know, the Star Trek The Motion Pictures writing is better than this. It's slower. This is more action-packed, but the writing is poor just to make sure they could put Khan and Kirk against each other again. It just doesn't work very well. Now, are there some good highlights? I think there are. Obviously, Spock's always a highlight just about every time he's in anything. But first off, this guy that was, I think the helmsman, or at least operations on the Reliant for Khan, he was warning Khan over and over, as Khan is probably going insane, trying to just get back at Kirk. But this guy, he does share the logic stuff. It's not hard. It's pretty simple. Like, destroy them. Come back whenever you've got 4 ships instead of 1. You know, do something simple. Like, come on. And this guy, he's talking the truth stuff, and you're like, man, if this guy was in charge, you guys would have won. Another just highlight again is the starships. The Reliant and the Enterprise are beautiful on screen. Although there is one spot where you can tell that they froze the model in the backdrop because they were blowing off one of the nacelles, and it's not moving at all. And it's funny because you're like, there should still be movement in space if it was just moving previously in the previous scene, and then it's just like stopped. But the ships themselves look fantastic, you know what I mean? They are a highlight of the film, and that is a highlight. But the reality of this is just this. Like, again, we're just a simple, quick little video. Is Star Trek The Wrath of Khan, Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan, a bad movie? Honestly, yeah, it kind of is, because the writing is really poor just to make sure Kirk and Khan get to face each other again. That's the reality. That's the challenge. That's the weakness of the film. And it's also just what this film is. You know, is it great having Khan versus Kirk? Yeah, but the writing's poor to get there. It does not work very well. What do you guys think about Wrath of Khan? When you stop to think about these issues, are they actually big issues to you or not? Are there other issues that I didn't talk about that we could talk about in another video or something? Let me know down in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I've been Cody from the Keepers of Nerddom. Bye, y'all.